So anyway, so like I said, I thought I had it all planned out. I really thought I knew what was going on. And over the last year and a half, I had been, when I was at the lowest of the lowest of the low, and I mean low, 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 as low as you could possibly go. And it wasn't drugs, it was just, I was just depressed. I just had no idea how I was going to get out of any of this mess. And Scott Walton, which I went to high school with and barely remember at all of his stuff started all of a sudden showing up on my Facebook. And I was a Facebook creeper. I would go, I would never comment, I would never say anything, but I would go and look at all the people that I cared about and all the people that, I was close with and I wanted to be friends with and I wanted us to be family again. I would go watch their lives and see what they were doing and watch their kids grow up and their kids' graduations and their marriages and their, everything. And their life was wonderful, most of them. And I was happy for them. I was truly happy. I didn't know why I had so much bad karma, but I felt like maybe it was something that I had done that was really bad, that was unforgivable. Maybe it was something my parents had done, my biological parents. I mean, I don't know. I knew that I treated everybody nice still, even when I was having a bad day. And these things just kept happening. So, and some of them were my fault. Some of them I brought on myself completely. I made a lot of bad decisions. But anyway, so I'd been looking at his stuff, and he has, he's got all this religious stuff and all this encouraging stuff, and I'd been looking at it for over a year and a half. And I'd been screenshotting anything that I felt helped me. And when people would tell me stuff along the years, people will tell you a bunch of stuff. I'll tell you a bunch of stuff. Everybody tells people a bunch of stuff. And everybody thinks that they're right and they know. Well, I'd take what everybody told me, and it was like I had a sifter at the beach. I'd just sift out all the crap that I didn't believe. And then once in a while, you'd get some gold nuggets. You'd get some things that really hit your heart and meant something to you. And so I would hold on to those, and I would keep those in the back of my head. So, I don't know, that day it was weird. I decided that I was tired of being guilty and ashamed and tired of carrying around all this horrible guilt for everything that I had done wrong. So I picked up the phone and I started texting my friends, the ones that I'd messed up with. And I said, look, I just want you to know I'm sorry. I was wrong. I should have never done the things that I did. I hope you can forgive me. I still love you. And if you don't forgive me, I completely understand. But I just want you to know that I'm sorry. And I know that I shouldn't have ever done the things that I did. So then that night, I was laying in bed. That was a Friday night. And I thought, I went to his page because now I knew I knew his name, and I never looked at his picture. Didn't care. I mean, honestly, I didn't. I would look at his stuff and I would read it. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what Mr. Scott Walton has to say today. And I went on it and looked and looked and looked. And then I thought, maybe you should tell him thank you. Thank you for the last year and a half. He kind of was like a guardian angel to you. Kind of. I mean, all of his stuff, I would read it. And I didn't know where he lived. I didn't know if he was married, ever been married. I didn't know anything about him. Nothing. And I just said, hey, you probably don't even know me. And I know you, but I don't know where I know you from. I think from my friend Biddy, but I'm not sure. I'm embarrassed to say I don't even remember. But anyway, I said, I just wanted to let you know, thank you. You saved my life a lot of nights. Things that he would say, I'd be like, okay, you can do it, Cindy, you can do it. You just got to try harder. There was no way I could try any harder. I had tried. Oh my God, I had tried everything. Anything anybody told me to try, I'd try it. So, we started talking. And that next morning, Saturday, I saw the person that I thought that I was really in love with. And I knew it was him. I knew it was him. And I even told him, I said, you know, one day you and I are going to end up together. You know this, right? And he said yes. That night, I went to Walmart, and Scott had been texting me back and forth, just religious stuff. Nothing. I didn't know if he was married. I didn't know if he had a girlfriend. I didn't know anything about him, but just religious stuff back and forth. And he was, because I don't know any of the stuff in the Bible. I'm learning it. Because when this happens, you just want to soak up everything you can find. So I haven't slept for like a week because I'm just like, I've got to find out why this. So anyway, I was around Walmart and I was looking for fishing stuff because I was supposed to take this couple from Chicago fishing the next day, and I needed a cast net, and I was looking for all this stuff, and I was like, I cannot text back and forth because he texts, first of all, faster than I do, and I'm going to call him. So I called him. So I walked around Walmart for about another hour talking to him, picking up a bunch of crap I didn't need, but just picking up stuff, and then I'd go and put it back because I didn't need it, and they didn't have a cast net. But anyway, so I was talking to him, and when I was talking to him, he fell asleep, and he started snoring. That was funny, because earlier that day, my best friend Susan had also fallen asleep on me when I was talking on the phone, and had started snoring. So I thought, well, either, number one, I'm really, really boring, or number two, I just have a really nice, soothing voice that makes people go to sleep. So I decided to stick with number two, and I got in the car, and I put all my stuff in the car, and I went to crank the car. And my daughter laughs because she asked me, she's like, does God have a high voice? Does he have a low voice? What kind of voice does he have? I cranked the car, and immediately I knew. I didn't know. He doesn't come and say, Cindy, you're going to do this. I knew that Scott was the one I was supposed to be with. I knew immediately. Immediately. He didn't even know. I hadn't even told him. But I knew. I already knew. The very next day, I went and told the person that I cared about and had been with for 3 years, that I loved, really loved, that he was not the one, that I was wrong, that he wasn't the one. And was that easy? No, not really. But he wasn't the one. And I wanted the one. I'd always dreamed about the one. You know, I've always thought everybody had a soulmate. So then I decided to go put my story on Facebook just to let my friends know, look what I found. Look, this is priceless. I mean, I was in the gutter. I was pretty much ready for a casket. I mean, it was time. And I told God, take it. Take all of it. Just take it. And he did. And then I invited the Holy Spirit in, and then signs everywhere. Y'all would be creeped out with some of the signs that I've seen. They scare me. I mean, some things are just crazy. Butterflies. I have a thing about butterflies with Danielle and Melissa passing away, and they're both in heaven. And I'm getting a butterfly tattooed on my foot. I've never even had a tattoo, but I am, in remembrance for her and Melissa. And I was walking my dog the other day, and this is just one example of tons of examples. But a butterfly comes out of nowhere, lands on my right foot, which is where I'm getting the tattoo, flies around me, lands on me 4 different places, and then takes off.